Hey, friends, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, jumping on live. I don't know if you can see me, it looks a little dark. Jumping on live for this week's Empowered Mindset Minute. For those of you that I don't know, Empowered Mindset Minute is my weekly blog. If you get my weekly blogs that come to your email address, I write every week. I give strategies, different coaching strategies to help you thrive. And I bring it to a live video through a vlog every week as well. And so for those of you I don't know, if this is the first time I'm crossing your feed, my name's Patricia Cimino. I'm a certified coach, and I help people turn that voice that is constantly sabotaging you in your brain into that voice that is like an inner coach, right? I help you empower the way that you're talking to yourself, changing your dialogue, ultimately shifting all that so that you can show up differently for your personal and your professional life. So, Empowered Mindset Minute this week the title is Alert. The general is talking. So we all have that voice that's in our head that is barking orders at us or judging us or criticizing us. I don't know if you're on here and you are hearing me say this and you're like, no, I don't have that. I'd like to know who you are, because that voice is inside of all of us. It's just how we are built. The key is, how much attention are we giving to that voice? And are we even noticing that voice is what's really driving us and causing us to show up the way that we are? So I just want to give you three different things that you can do to combat this voice, okay? And I call it the general. So for me, it's like when I hear that voice, I think of a general that's barking orders at me. And in that moment, I have to stop and pay attention, because that general and that voice is not really me, right? That voice is usually barking orders with a lot of shoulds. You should do this, you should do that. And when we hear the word should, anytime we hear the word should, that's the first alert that's not something that we have to do. That should is normally coming from someone who's telling us to do something. Maybe it was someone from our past, a parent, a teacher, a friend, someone said something to us, you should do X, Y, or Z, and we haven't even questioned it. We just listen to it, and we believe it, and we go ahead and follow through on what the should is. So when you hear that word, I should do X, Y, and Z, question yourself on, is that something you truly want to do? But when you hear this voice in your head barking orders at you, take notice that that is not who you are. When you can identify that voice and put a name on that voice, like I put the name, the general, oh, there's the general again, barking orders, or there's the general again, criticizing whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm putting space between myself and that voice. And just creating that space stops me to not go down the rabbit hole with the general's orders. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is to breathe. The minute you identify that the general is barking orders, take a moment and just go into your inhales and your exhales. I'm not telling you to do 5 minutes of meditation. All I'm saying is take 3 deep inhales and exhales. Why is that important? Because when you do that, you calm your nervous system down. When you calm your nervous system down, you can think more clearly, make better decisions. Okay, so that's the second thing. And then the third thing is just observe that general's behavior like you're observing an experiment, right? Just notice what happens when that voice comes up, and just notice it with fascination. Don't make it mean anything about you. Just notice it like, oh, there it is again. There's that general barking the orders again. I promise you that if you do those 3 things Listen and identify that voice. Give it a name. Give yourself some breathing time. And then observe it with fascination versus owning it. If you do those three things, you'll start to weaken that voice. It may never go away, but you'll weaken it to a point where you won't hear it as much. You'll be able to take your power back, your personal power, right? And then it puts you in the driver's seat, right? Because when you're calm and you can notice that that's not who you are, you can step into who you really are and make your decisions from that place. Okay, guys, so that's my tips for alerting yourself when you hear that barking order coming from the general, that voice in your head that's barking orders at you or criticizing or judging you. Those three things. So this week, I am throwing something out at you guys. Hi, Tom. I'm throwing something out at you guys, something that I did last week. I had an event in Chicago, which was awesome. Great event, super successful. And at the end of it, I had gifted the audience free coaching calls. And I was doing those this week, and I'm telling you, it was such a great vibe for me to offer that I'm extending that to you guys. I'm putting out 2 spots for 2 free 1-hour coaching calls. So whatever it is that is going on in your life, to drill down, to get a different set of eyeballs on that issue, and to help you see through your challenge from a different perspective. Because that's what coaching is, right? A coach is going to stand in your blind spot and show you a perspective that you cannot even see. It's like you are in a bottle and you cannot see the label, right? But the person standing out here can see the label. That's what a coach does, and that's what I do. And I want to put out two free 60-minute coaching calls. So if this is something that you're like, that could be interesting, shoot me a message and I'll get you set up. Okay, my friends, make an amazing day. If you like this, show me some love. And if you really love it and think someone else could benefit from learning about identifying that voice in your brain, please feel free to share the message. Thanks. Have a great day. See you soon, Tom.